Okay, almost the end of turn 13, and this has happened. Lord Percy has arrived with his 4 regiments of foot and a 6-pound gun. The people of Lexington have decided to leave. Some of the rebels that have been coming in can see Percy arriving and are planning on going into a building and causing some trouble. Other rebel forces are advancing on Concord. Near Concord, at places that historically the British were ambushed, there are rebels in position. With the British, of course, that's one of the challenges of this game is you can't really ambush people under the regular rules of the game, at least. The British Grenadiers are kind of trying to clear them out a little bit. I don't think it's going to work for them to just go marching through the woods, so we'll see how that goes. The British Lights have successfully retreated from the town. I should note the British force did accomplish most of its mission. It did not finish destroying all of the supplies that it had found. It had to rush a little bit. It never got over to the Barrett farm, which would have been suicidal in this game in a situation where people know they're at war. The rebels are entering the town. It's taking them a while because they don't do formation changes really well because they're mostly Class D militia. Some of them are better than that, but still, they can't execute maneuvers that fast or that well. So, there's going to be a bayonet charge over here, and I will resolve that in a moment. I think this has pulled up a few things, though. I mean, the experiment, I'm realizing that, I don't know, this is working in some ways better than I imagined, and in other ways, it's like it's having the issues I would expect it to have. I mean, of course, the biggest issue is historically the forces that were involved did not even really know, well, is there a war going on? What should we be doing? What should we not be doing? And a huge impact on decisions being made. And of course, when you're playing a game like this and you have this grand eagle's eye view of everything, it leads you to make much different decisions than you would if you were operating in the dark. I honestly think to run this scenario correctly, if you wanted to try to get closer to what was going on, you might need to have, I don't know, it would involve a whole new set of rules as far as who penalties for firing first, or I don't know. I mean, some kind of sub game involved in those sorts of decisions, and I think it would probably pay to have the road on different tables, so to speak, so you don't always know what's ahead. You don't know, as you're moving forward. Here, it's why would the British march straight down the road when they know that it's surrounded by people ready to shoot at them in the woods? At the same time, how are they going to get out of here? It's going to be way too slow not to take the road, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. And I'm going to pause this and do the bayonet charge. Okay, and they did the sensible thing when being Class D troops, militia, being charged by British Grenadiers. They ran away, really far away, so far away under the rules. I wonder if I need to adjust that somehow. But they did inflict a couple of hits before they ran. So, arguably, if every rebel unit did that, if every 3 stands did that, it would chop the British force down pretty fast.